Today, I'm going to get the AC chase in this wall. So, when I'm locating this, what I want to do, they have like a trim package that will cover where the wires come out of the wall. And then they have like plastic chutes that you can just screw into this stuff. And then I'll probably end it right down here somewhere. And then the wires, or not wires, and then the lines will come out and go right along the bottom of this starter strip here. So I just need to have it up high enough to get a little bit of that cover thing and the opening cover. I got to get both of them in there, so I'm guessing right around here. We just got to get a rough idea. All right. It looks like I want to go about 20 inches up. This is right at, I believe this is right at the top of the foundation here. So 20 inches up from the foundation, and then I figure about 9 inches over. I want it as close to the corner as possible, but I don't want it to cover the screws here. I want it to be like right about here. So yeah, that's actually, we'll call it, we'll go 8 inches from the stud. That should give us a pretty good location for it. So the translation on this side, 20 inches up from the bottom of this foam, and then 8 inches over from this stud. And that should put us right in here somewhere. So let's get that laid out right away, and then I'll tell you the next step after that's done. So we have, that's about 6 inches from here to here. So if I go up 26 inches, that should be good. All right, 26. And we'll mark it again right here. All right, and then just connect the dots. And measure over. And X marks the spot. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is drill through the wall with this. Then I'm going to put a little tap magic on this stuff here so that I don't heat up the tin. Then I'm going to go and poke this through the tin. This actually has to go into this cutter, but I'm going to poke this through the tin. Then I'm going to just leave it like that. That'll give me my location from the outside. And when it comes time to put that hole in there, I'll cut that from the outside, but I'm not going to do it yet. So let's get this bit into the drill and this bit into this cutter, and let's get cutting. Okay, that looks really good. Let's see how it looks on the outside. Okay, It's just a bazillimeter lower than the center of the distance between these two ribs, which is perfect. Now I can cut that hole wherever I need it in here, get it nice and filed up, and then put that, it's kind of like an elbow. I'll show you that stuff on screen right now. Okay, this is the elbow. It's kind of a side, like back view of it. The pipe would come out of the house and into that and then go downwards. Then there's this chase here. This just gets screwed to the house, then you run your pipes down through it and then put the cap on. There's other stuff too, but I'm not really sure exactly what I'm going to do with it, but I believe these are the only two parts I'm going to need. All right, beautiful. So now what I need to do, where is my piece of pipe? There it is. Take my piece of pipe. I'm going to go clean this out just because I'm a clean freak. What I got to do is float this in the hole, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that, and then fill the gap around it with great stuff foam, and that's going to go all the way to the outside. I'm going to get a good amount in there, and then when that's dry, likely tomorrow, I'll take the mount off and I can drywall right over it and just put a tiny hole in it like I did with this one here. That has one of these pipes that goes to the outside right behind the drywall here. So all I got to do is take a roto zip and open that up whenever I'm ready to put in the mini split there. This will just have mini split lines. It will have two, just like that, running through there, and two power cords. And I believe there's control cords as well, but that's all very small. It'll all fit right through here. So I just got to get a dimension here. I'll make my mounting board and we'll get this floating in the hole there. Alright, yesterday I used this super clean on a grease stain on the floor, and it looks like I got algae and dirt in here, so we'll see how well it does with, oh, and black mold. This was laying outside. Well, I don't know if that's black mold. It's black in color and it looks to be mold, but alright, I'm going to go rinse this in the sink. I started using this because I'm trying to go with local companies, or at least US based companies. Okay, let's get this rinsed off. All I did was rinse this and wipe it out, and like brand new. This is real good stuff, and it's made in Minnesota. Okay, let's get this mounted in the hole. Alright, here is my mounting board, and it is a bit too long, so I'm going to cut this off right here. Now, place this in the hole and kind of capture it with this board, and then eyeball it to make sure the board is centered. Okay, now to attach this pipe to the 2x4. Alright, now for the secret sauce. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. Gorilla Tape. This stuff was just out in the shed, so it's a bit cold, but it'll work nevertheless. Kind of hard to see what my bottom's doing. Nope, it's resting on the bottom there. I'll bring it up a little bit. That is perfect. Just gonna put a little more of this on. Well, actually, I don't think I need to. Okay, I went to lunch while this great stuff set up a bit. Now what I want to do is get this blocking off. It should hold in place just fine now, and then I'll let it sit overnight while it completely cures. The reason I want to get this off is so warm air goes through this. It's going to be really cold tonight, and great stuff does not set up very well in really cold temperatures. So I'm going to take all this stuff off, and I'm going to shove a little bit of insulation way to the outside. I don't know if I can use that disc or not. That's a little bigger than the inside of that, but I'll find something. Shove some insulation way to the outside. Then the heat from the room will go through the pipe, and it'll help the great stuff that's just behind here. It'll help that stuff dry up. Alright, I'm going to leave this tape on here until it sets up 100%. It's real nice and stiff, so it's not going to go anywhere, but I don't want to accidentally yank it out of position. I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but the great stuff has gone completely through, but you can feel cool air because there's a gap between the pipe and the tin way out there. So I'm going to put a little bit of this rock salt just at the very outside end to stop that cool air from coming through here. Then right before I cover this up, I'm going to fill this entire thing with the rock salt. And then when I finally open up the wall to put my pipes and stuff through, I'll use great stuff again to seal that up. But it's going to have this sealing it up until then. So for right now, I just need a little bit at the far end. Boy, you can really feel the cold air coming through that pipe. And now you can't. That's going to work great. Now I'll just put this heater back over here. Move some of this garbage out of the way. and I'm going to leave it like this overnight. It is nice and toasty warm inside this pipe right now, and it was icy cold. There was a little breeze coming through here from the rain screen on the outside. Now it's just perfect. This is going to harden up real nice, and it should be just fine. When actual drywall goes over here, what I'll do is just put a bead of caulk around this and then put the drywall up to it, and this will make a perfect chase. Alright, good. So tomorrow I'm gonna cut these screws off. Got them on this side and that side, and I'm gonna try to get this insulated and drywalled tomorrow. But I do have to put in the blocking, and I was looking at that, and it needs to be a little different than what I was thinking earlier. I need to block out to this depth, which is right here. I have to go 2 inches. I have a bunch of that stuff cut up, so that's not a big deal, but I can pre-assemble stuff, so it actually makes life easier. So I'll get those cut tomorrow, get all of this stuff cut off, and hopefully I can get this all insulated and get the drywall in. But it's sounding like that's a little bit much for one day. Right now I only have like 3 hours, maybe 4 hours per day to get stuff done. So we'll see how far we get tomorrow. But this is really great having both these chases in. Now the drywall can get all the way back, and then it's just a matter of getting this wall finished up, and this will be the hardest part of that, and I'll show you that in a future video. This duct opening has a few things that I gotta build, and I gotta run this pipe through there, so that's a little bit involved, but still not too much. We're getting there. So if you want to see this stuff, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.